Hi guys, it's Jodie King for Hip Kit Club, and today I'm creating with the beautiful October hip kits. They are full of beautiful fall themed elements and beautiful fall colors as well. Just look at that super cute fox. That's my favorite bit out of the entire selection of kits this month. She's so beautiful. My brief today is to create a traveler's notebook spread and to use some punches and some stitching as well, and they're both things that I love to do, so I'm going to have some fun with those challenges today. I've trimmed some of this ombre pink paper down, and this is the comfy sweater paper from the Indian summer collection by Pretty Little Studio, and it actually comes with some white splatters on it already. On this piece that I've trimmed down, they sat mostly at the top of the page, so I decided that I wanted to just enhance them a little bit and add some more of my own white splatters. I've just watered down some white acrylic paint just a little bit and just added those splatters and set that aside to dry naturally. I like to let mixed media dry naturally whenever possible, just because it saves some of the warping that you can get on your paper. Obviously that's not ideal all of the time to be able to do that, but yeah, I like to do it when the days are sunny and I can just pop the pieces out on my front porch and let them dry naturally while I continue working on other things. I've grabbed one of the 3x6 cards out of the Pocket Life kit, and it has a tag on it, so rather than use it as a journaling card, I've decided to trim it down so that it actually is a tag to use on my layout. And my plan is to add an extra layer behind that, and that's where I'm going to use my edge punch, essentially to create a couple of border strips. And you can see as I start to build my layers together here, this allows the right page of my layout to be still mostly white, mostly kind of neutral background, but the scalloped edge pieces just give an extra little pop of colour that's really nice, and that's where I'm going to add my hand stitching as well. The right side of my layout is now ready for my tag to go on, and you can see that I've just nestled my photo on the bottom of the tag as well. There were extra details on the bottom of the tag, but I've used that to place my photo in that position, and it leaves 4 of the little tick marks, kind of check boxes, where I can add some dot points of journaling just above my photo there. On the left page, I've pulled out just a few of my favorite pieces from the ephemera pack. That's the Cozy Up ephemera pack by Kim Watson and Kimberly Crater Hutchinson, and it is just beautiful. It has so many gorgeous little elements in it. And I've just picked out a couple of pieces. There's the sentiment there for my spread, which says I love fall most of all. And I've also trimmed one of the floral clusters in half so that I can use half at the top of my spread and half at the bottom. And I do fuss for a bit with the placement of those flowers as to whether they're in a completely vertical alignment like they are at the moment, or if I have them on a slight diagonal, which I do end up going with in the end. I'm ready to adhere down my chipboard pieces now, and since this is a traveler's notebook and I don't want too much dimension, I'm going to peel a couple of the layers of cardboard off the back of the chipboard pieces. I don't mind having a bit of dimension in my traveler's notebook, but it doesn't hurt when you're layering up chipboard pieces, to just take a couple of those layers off so that it's not too chunky. Now that I've got my sweet little fox glued down, it's come to the crunch and I'm going to have to finally commit as to whether I want these flowers on a vertical or on a slightly horizontal slant. And as you can see, I've gone with the horizontal. I think they would have been fine either way. I like them both ways, but I did end up going on the horizontal, and I do love how it turned out. Since I got the chipboard there that has that dimension, I've decided to go with putting some pop dots underneath my title as well. It doesn't add any extra dimension overall to the spread in terms of making it more chunky in my traveler's notebook, but I like that it throws a little bit of shadow just by having it popped up that little bit, so that's why I went with that. Moving back to my right page now, and I have pretty much everything positioned how I want it, so it's just a matter of sticking everything down. And I don't know about you guys, but I find so many times that I get everything just how I want it, and then I decide, yeah, it's time to glue it down, and then I kind of forget exactly how everything was. I think sometimes maybe it'd be handy if I just took a photo or something like that. But anyway, I'm just popping everything back how I had it before. And you'll see me pull out my favorite crochet thread / twine in a moment that I thread through my tag and then tie in a bow, so that effectively I end up with 2 bows around the tag, and I love the way that that looks. To finish off my spread, I want to add my date in some form of tag on my left page below my title. And I'm thinking originally that I'm going to print that out on my printer and trim it down just on white cardstock. But when I sample that, it just looks a bit blah. It's not doing it for me. So I pull out this cute little tab from one of the ephemera packs. And then it's just a matter of deciding which of my date stamps I want to use, since I'm not going to print it out on my printer anymore. But I finally come to a decision there, and I'm just going to stamp that with my black archival ink. And I'm much happy with how that little tag fits in with the rest of my spread. So I'm going to adhere that down, and I'm going to call my layout done. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate your time in watching my videos. I hope that I gave you some inspiration for your next Traveler's Notebook spread. Leaving you now with a few close-ups, and I will absolutely leave links in the description box below to all of the products that I've used in this spread. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon on another Hip Kit Club YouTube process video. Bye guys!